Moshe ובני ישראל את השירה הזאת להשם ויאמרו לאמור. That means that as Yashim Moshe, that time Moshe sang the song, Hashem, v'yomru, and they said le'emor, and to say. So who's saying to what they're saying? Are they singing, or are they saying to someone else to sing? So this is a question that people discuss, that teachers, Chachamim discuss. But there's an Orach Chaim. The Orach Chaim, and I'm going to read it from inside. Ashira imru le'emor ashira. They told. He said that the next verse starts Ashira LaHashem. It says imru le'emor ashira. Imru lezeh lezeh perush yomru shira yachad lo b'chin. They're going to say this song. They told each other to sing in a form of unity. Lo b'chinat ishtanut v'afrada, with no differences and no divisions. Achi yeki ish echad, as one individual. Hagam yotam rabim. Even though there were multitudes, many hundred thousands, they intended to do Vasuken, Vamua Shira, and they said with one Shira, they were unity to the point that they're referred to as singular. Ish Echad, like one individual, Shizudat Zeh, Hayu Omrim Nashira. Vayamru Lemor Ashira, not Nashira. So this helps us to understand the point of the Shira. The Shira is to bring about unity in Am Yisrael. They're set as one, and they are brought out as one. So what happened to Moshe Rabbeinu? Why is it saying Moshe Rabbeinu started? So maybe because Moshe Rabbeinu is the first one. It says in the Pasuk, Moshe Rabbeinu is the first one to start Shira. It says, as a Shir Moshe, and it says, V'yomru le'emor ashira. So, there is an argument between the Chachamim how they sing the song. So there's a few opinions. One opinion says Moshe Rabbeinu said every pasuk. They just answered Ashira LaHashem. After everything he said, they just answered Ashira LaHashem. Another opinion is that no, whatever Moshe Rabbeinu said, they repeated. And the third opinion said Moshe Rabbeinu just started them off, but then they sing together. And another fascinating things that everybody said Shira, even the nursing baby that doesn't even speak, they also said Shira. Because they saw the Shekhinah, right away they said the Shira. I think there's also that it says the Ubal said the Shira, the womb, the child in the womb also said Shira. Now, so let's just give it some color, this machloket, and then we could also understand through this Orach Chaim. So there is let's just go back a step. There's why do we love each other? Why do we have Ahavat Yisrael? So seemingly Ahavat Yisrael, Ahavta l'reacha kamocha, meaning I love you like I'm supposed to love myself. So that indicates my unity, my togetherness is as two individuals. It just happens to be I love you like I love myself. I'm loving you. I'm loving a second. That's how it seems from the pasuk. That's how also, if you look in the Tanya, it says in Perek Lamed when he gives the reasons for Ahavat Yisrael, he says that he explains that because one is going to realize that where he's sourced in Av Echad Lekulana, that we share a father. So therefore, we're gonna, meaning that makes us siblings, and that means that there's gonna be Ahavat Yisrael. So to there, it's like two individual entities that are loving each other. In the Yerushalmi, he says a different thing. It says, Pasuk says, I'm gonna read it inside. How do I fulfill this mitzvah of lo tikom lo tito? And then he says, if one would accidentally cut himself with a knife, would he, because his knife cut him, would take other hand and cut his other finger? That's what lo tikom lo tito is. Here he's saying something different. Here he's saying we're one living organism that has different parts, and therefore it's obvious why you're loving, because you're part of one. Now, there's another piece So it's saying two different things, if you realize. One saying that I love you because we're siblings, the other one saying I love you because we're both limbs in the same body. Another thing we find in Tanya, it says in different places, and he says, he discusses the source. He says, he doesn't only discuss that we are one because we come from the same root. He's speaking about the neshama rooted in the Father. So there he's saying that if I recognize where my neshama is coming from, and I know my neshama is coming from HaKadosh Baruch Hu, that's who I am. I'm a piece of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and He is my neshama's identity, and I fully identify with my neshama, and everything else completely disgusts me about this world and the physical aspects of the nefesh haba'amit. So what am I ending up with? I'm ending up with that I'm really just a piece of my Father, I'm a piece of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and the person in front of me is also the same piece. Same piece doesn't mean two different limbs, doesn't mean two different people. Same piece means that you can't separate, because we're not sourced in the same thing. You rise higher and higher to the ikal, to the trunk, to the root. Right there, they were not two, they were one. It's inseparable. And based on this idea, we find that we could explain. First of all, we need to understand that Moshe Rabbeinu is only going to be Moshe Rabbeinu is the gateway to have this form of unity. Moshe Rabbeinu is, like it says in the Gemara, that you're cleaving, you're becoming like glue, you're sticking to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. How do you do that? By sticking to a Talmid Chacham. So in general, Talmid Chacham is the source of getting this recognition of Achdut. The more so we find in Moshe Rabbeinu that he served this, he served it like a king does. Moshe Rabbeinu, in some aspects are related to a king. Regarding a king, we find that he says the lev. He's the lev of Am Yisrael. We find by the teachers of the Torah, we call them teachers. They're the sustenance. They teach us the Torah. So that's like more of a mind. So what's the difference between a mind and a heart? How do they both give life to the body? So the unique thing about the heart is that the same blood that it touches every area of one's body, and it's the same blood that's going to the mind, the same blood that's going to the limbs, to every single limb. The moach is not like that. The moach gives energy to every limb according to what it's needed. But there's clear differences one from the other. The heart doesn't do that. The heart doesn't. He's so connected to the root, to the very definition of life is through blood. That is done with the heart, and there you cannot at any point or any way draw distinctions. You cannot say that this blood is going to go to this area and this blood is going to go. No, it's all blood. It's all goes equally. And this is what's happening with this three explanations regarding Ashir Hashem. They're all discussing what Dor Chaim says that needs to be full unity, and they're all saying, how is this unity brought about? So the first one is saying, listen, Moshe Rabbeinu needs to do the Shira. That Achdut is only for Moshe Rabbeinu. What we could do is we could completely absolve ourselves and just say whatever, be completely responding to Moshe Rabbeinu, but it can't have, in our end, it can't have distinction. Moshe Rabbeinu is doing that. We just need to lose our identity in order for this Achdut to take place. The second place, that's more that there's distinctions, and we cannot, that's like two separate individuals. We can't overcome them, but we could say that there's something beyond both of us, and therefore we're okay. The second one is saying no. Each individual is able to say the Shirah, but it needs to be only as a response to Moshe Rabbeinu. That's more like saying that we are two limbs of the same body, but and we need to see the achdut that take place as two separate individuals. But how so? Only as a response to Moshe Rabbeinu. The third one is saying that Moshe Rabbeinu just kicked it off, but then everybody said it together. That's saying that this capacity Moshe Rabbeinu has to really draw, to really truly be non-denominational, whatever. And I'm not saying in the form of in a real way, is only existing if Moshe Rabbeinu is there. But once Moshe Rabbeinu does that, so then we have within us, this ability is all encompassing, that we have the capacity. We don't need to be only responding. We don't need to. We're not the reaction of Moshe Rabbeinu. Within us, there could be a Moshe Rabbeinu that has that same element of bringing about this complete and full achdut.